Hi Tony, thanks for taking some time to chat with me. We just played your latest single, Madame Butterfly. What can you tell us about that track?
It's our latest track. It's going to be on the Good, Bad, and the Notorious record. It's also a song I wrote about my girlfriend, Lorraine Lewis.
Yes.
So I love that song. It's fun to sing, and yeah, it's a good one.
Yep. Um, Blacklist Union are coming to Europe next month in support of Fast Pussycat and alongside Lorraine Lewis and Femme Fatale. Those dates, as I mentioned earlier, too, include a show in Belfast on the 13th. Has the band toured the UK or Ireland before?
Blacklist Union has not toured Europe at all, and we've been trying to get over there literally for years.
Yeah.
Um, so we're super excited because we have a lot of fans who have been supporting us for a long time
Yeah.
all over the UK and Europe. So we can't wait to get there.
That'd be great. That was actually my next question. The band have been going around 20 years now. And there was a short break a few years ago, but and I've been playing tracks, I think, from the band since the third album, to Let This Do Its Part in 2011. You must have a good sense of what your fan base is like through social media and stuff. What kind of fan base do you have here?
I mean, we have a loyal fan base, that's for sure. And then we have a diehard rock and roll fan base. And, I always say rock and roll is alive and well, smack in the middle of hell.
Yeah,
But there's plenty of people too that love rock and roll that still don't know who we are. So,
yeah,
we're looking forward to meeting those people and for them to hear us because, I take pride in knowing that we deliver the goods.
yeah.
So,
Very good. I've interviewed both Lorraine and Tammy in recent weeks, and there's also a very close relationship between the three bands that should make for a fun tour, I would say.
oh yeah, we're really looking forward to it. Tammy is, family. We love him. It's funny because me, Tammy, and Lorraine are all Libras, like Libra singers. And we're like,
Okay.
maybe we should call it the three Libras or something, but something with the Libra tour. But it's going to be great. And, Chad and Danny are longtime friends of everyone. It's a big family.
Yeah.
So it's going to be really fun.
I think Lorraine told me Tammy actually introduced the two. Was that right? I think I'm really sure she said that at a funeral or something. She said, I think.
Tammy introduced me and Lorraine, yes, and it was
Yeah,
at a funeral. Yeah.
yeah.
So I
Very
always say that we put the fun in funeral.
good. Very good.
Somebody's got to.
That's it. Um, Tammy had told me you've been friends for quite some time. Had Faster Pussycat been an influence for you, and how did you actually meet Tammy?
And when I was coming up and I moved to Hollywood, as a teenager, Faster Pussycat were huge for me. And
Yeah,
there's someone I always really, really looked up to. I've always loved Tammy's vocal style. I love Faster Pussycat. I always say that he's the true king of Hollywood rock and roll, like the underground rock and roll. He's the guy, man, because he's had his ear to the street all these years. He
yeah,
had clubs, numerous clubs. And back in when I was starting out, he had a club called the Pretty Ugly Club,
yeah,
which was amazing. And I asked him the other day, I was like, "How long did that club go? 10 years?" And he's like, "No, only five." I was like,
yeah.
"5?" I'm like, "Fuck, it seems a lot longer." But me and Tammy have known each other a long time, and it's the last couple of years that we really became like close friends. And we just I couldn't say enough good things about him. I look up to him as an artist, and and as a singer, but he's also a dear friend and brother. So
Very good. When I spoke to Lorraine in May, your cover of Jackson was just about to be released at that stage. What were your thoughts on recording that song, and what's the response to it been like?
so Jackson, I had the idea of doing Jackson. Of course, the way Social D did Ring of Fire, like
Yeah,
they had a punch to it. They brought it up, and so many of us, including myself and a lot of punk rockers, got turned on to Johnny Cash through that song.
yeah,
So, and I'm very punk rock influenced, so I wanted to bring something new to the table, and that's how we came up with that formula. And the song's been so well received. Even we got a couple blessings from the Cash family, like from two
very
different
good.
camps of the family, which is an honor, an absolute honor. And we had so much fun doing the video and recording. And me and Lorraine, do the song live. It's super fun. And,
Yeah.
we just
When
have
I
a
asked,
really good
will
time.
you do that one together on tour? And
You got to come out and see if
well,
we'll
I'll
do
be
it.
there. I'll be there.
There'll be a good surprise. Yeah.
Very good. We'll play that track now. You mentioned the band are working on album number seven. What's the time scale for the release of that album?
What's the time scale for the release?
Yeah,
We're looking at spring of next year. You know, we're five, 6 songs in, six originals in. I like to do 10 originals, and then
yeah,
we recorded a couple covers already. Of course, Jackson, and then we did "Lick and a Promise" by Aerosmith, and then me and Jesse Hughes from Eagles of Death Metal
yeah.
also just did a duet. It was a tears. It's a Tears for Fears song called "Pale Shelter."
Okay.
And I'm super down the rabbit hole on a lot of new wave and punk rock stuff, you know. And so is our guitar player D, and Jesse Hughes is, of course, who's a dear friend. And so that's kind of what we got going on, cooking with all that.
So will be some more single releases then before the album comes out? Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Okay.
sure.
I think I'm right in saying all your albums have been released independently on your own label, BLU Records. Will that be the same for the next album? And is there a particular reason why you do it that way?
I mean, it's just our own label. It's a name for the sake, for a namesake, for business purposes and stuff. But of course, we're looking for a home base for a label that will, release our back catalog and put out our new stuff, and give us some sort of marketing and tour support.
Yeah.
We're looking to land with a label that can handle some of that stuff too, that believes in rock and roll and believes in us, and that we believe in them. And what a label I like, I'll mention them, is Cleopatra, Brian
I was going
Pereira.
to say, I think Lorraine's with them, isn't she?
She is, and but I really love them too. Like,
Yeah.
Brian's a super good guy. His team is great. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we're looking for, like a solid team, because
Yeah.
it's not about a record label coming and saving someone's dismal life anymore. It's about working together for the greater good. You got to have partnerships in business, and in art and music and stuff. So that's what we're looking to do.
Okay. In terms of mixing and production, etc., do you do all that yourself, or who do you work with in that line of things?
As far as what?
As mixing and production, that kind of thing. Do you do that yourself, or who do you work with?
Chris Johnson is, I always call him Blacklist Union member number 6, and this is the third record me and him are writing together now. Of course, because Todd passed away, and that's who I was writing songs with. But he's our uh, number 6, man. He's a great producer, and a lot of times he mixes it. Sometimes we'll get different people to mix it and master it and so forth. But he's our guy.
Okay. And the band released two albums since returning from a hiatus. Letters from the Psych Ward in 2023 and Slay the Dragon in 2025. Do you think that did that break change the approach to writing and recording albums? And do you think it's changed the band's sound at all, taking that break?
Did it change the band's sound, you say?
Yeah.
No, I mean, I needed to take that break. I wrote the Back to Momo record with Todd
Yeah.
Youth, and of course, Todd passed away. And then, I questioned, what do I do now? Fuck, like, cause we had a special chemistry, me and Todd, man. It's like a marriage, because I said, let's write a song like this, and boom, we had a
Yeah.
song like, and but then COVID happened also,
Yeah.
during that time. And during this time, I was looking for someone, a writing partner, and I was having difficulty finding people that actually followed through, and all that. So that's when I approached our producer. I said, why don't we write the songs together? And it's the same formula, the Blacklist Union formula. And it's my voice, and
Yeah.
it's high octane rock and roll, you know what I'm saying? And we got plenty of songs to choose from, and we still have our punk rock influence, and it's just hard rock in your face. So I
Yeah.
don't think too much has changed, other than maybe some personnel.
Okay. I thought we'd play a track from both those latest albums. I thought you'd get you to pick one and tell us a bit about both tracks. First of all, from the Letters from the Psych Ward, pick a track and tell us something about it.
Pick a track from Letters from the Psych Ward.
Yep.
Well, I mean, it would have to be Dirty Halo.
Yep.
um I've done, like, I don't know, like 9 or 10 records, and working on my seventh with Blacklist Union. And it's the most special song I've ever done, because there's so much emotional depth in that song. It's a very, very special song, and I call out numerous people that are no longer with us, including Todd Youth. And many, many friends that I love, and it's part of our set, and it's an essential song
Yeah,
for us. Very healing song. It's very therapeutic lyrically for me because it reminds me of things I need to do with myself to kind of keep myself, somewhat sane in this mad fucking world we live in. So that would be that one. And then the second song or for
just
from
like the
Slay the
dragon.
Dragon, it'd have to be Mississippi Moonhound, dude,
Yeah,
because
great track. Yeah,
that's Letters from the Psych Ward is our first song in the set. Mississippi Moonhound is the second song in the set, and those songs are in your face, up tempo. Like you got to bring your A game to sing those songs. But I just love Mississippi Moonhound so much. It's got such a punk rock feel. It definitely has a Velvet Revolver feel, which
yeah,
I love. Just that groove and just a great hook. And of course, lyrically, I love the lyrics. I take great pride in lyric writing. I mean, ever since I was a little boy, I have this story where in high school, man, I had this teacher. His name was Mr. Mitchell. He was from Ireland, right?
very good.
And I used to cut class, dude, but I would do all the assignments because I loved to write,
Yeah,
and Mr. Mitchell would fucking hunt me down in the hallway and be like, Tony, what the fucking he's like, you're such a great writer. Why don't you come to class? And I was like, I got better shit to do. But because I was smoking weed with my friends or whatever.
yeah,
But I've always enjoyed writing, especially lyrics. That's my forte, and I've always looked up to, like, especially Steven Tyler,
yeah,
wrote amazing lyrics. Andy Wood, who's my muse, and
yeah.
Mother Love Bone, and of course, Robert Plant, and I mean, I really enjoy lyrics. So.
Okay, we'll play those two tracks. You mentioned earlier on you'd taken a break from Blacklist Union. At that stage, you were involved in a band called Savior Complex. What can you tell us about that?
So I did a record with Jay Gordon from Orgy, a side project record, and that's what that was, the Savior Complex, and it was kind of a dark time in my life. I was still healing from Todd and other people's deaths, and I was in this hideous marriage, and that record really never saw the light of day and got the proper due diligence. But there's some great stuff on that record. We did a cover of "People Are People" by Depeche Mode, which
Yeah,
is amazing. Um, there's some good stuff on there, and Jay's been my friend for years and years, and he's a really talented, good good guy. And I can tell you this: Jay Gordon always has, and still has his foot or 2 feet. He's always 2 feet ahead of the curve. Like he sees shit coming, like trends and stuff. And I'll be like, or bands that are gonna blow up. I'm like, nah, dude, you're whack. Like they're
yeah,
never gonna do anything. He's like, no, no, you watch. And I'm telling you, every time, man, Jay Gordon, like something with that guy. He's got his finger on the pulse. You know what I mean? So I have a lot of respect for him, and he's actually going on tour with Manson and Rob Zombie and Orgy, which is
yeah.
going to be killer. Yeah.
Very good.
So,
I was going to play a track from the Savior Complex. You did a video for the track Halo. What can you tell us about that particular track?
man, it's another Halo song.
Yeah,
That's a good hook. Working with Jay, he taught me a lot of stuff. He took me out of my comfort zone. He would have me try different things and stuff that I normally wouldn't try, and there's some of that on that song for sure. Yeah.
okay. Noticed on your website, and you mentioned it a bit ago, that you did shows with Malfunction a while back. Are there any other projects you've been working on outside of Blacklist Union more recently?
Any other bands I've been
Projects?
working with?
Yeah,
No, I mean Blacklist Union's, my child.
yeah,
But with Malfunction, that was Andy Wood's band from
yeah,
Mother Love Bone, and Mother Love Bone's my biggest influence. I mean, and I ended up singing in my hero's band. And I thought I was down the rabbit hole of Andy Wood, and when I was approached with all that and how it all went down, I wasn't even too familiar with Malfunction, to tell you the truth.
yeah,
Like, I had to learn their staple songs and their history and so forth. Of course, I love Andy Wood and Mother Love Bone, and I was like, how did I miss all that?
yeah, yeah,
But I did, I worked side by side with his brother. I got to perform in
yeah,
Seattle, just singing the songs I learned how to sing to, man. It was a holy, spiritual, beautiful experience that I treasure that. And that was a gift from the universe, all
Yeah.
that whole thing. Yeah.
No, it seemed a very good experience. Well, maybe it didn't end very well, but it seemed to be a good experience at the time. Um, you're obviously heading out on tour with Lorraine and Tammy, so I had to ask, what's your favorite Femme Fatale song and your favorite Faster Pussycat song?
My favorite Femme Fatale song. Well, it would have to be Waiting for the Big One because she doesn't have to wait no more. The wait is over.
Very good.
I just had to say that one. And then, of course, Pussycat. I gotta have so many songs. I love Poison Ivy. That's a deep cut. I like deep cuts.
Yeah,
Of course, I love Babylon and Bathroom Wall, and I mean all that stuff. Tammy's got song after song after song, and those songs, his songs, they take me back to when I first came to Hollywood and where I was. Like I was a kid, with nothing and on the
yeah,
streets basically, and just a dream. So
getting there. That's all the questions I have. But I thought we'd finish playing another track from the band. Let you pick one, any one at all, and just tell us something about it.
pick any track.
Any track from the band.
Hmm. How about from the Back to Momo record me and Todd did play Read Between the Lines.
Okay.
Because that's a song was is written in part about Andy Wood and being in Malfunction. But that's a great one.
Okay, we'll play that one. And thanks for taking the time to talk to me, and I look forward to seeing you in Belfast in only a few weeks' time, 13th September. Make sure people come along.
Yes, sir. I look forward to meeting you. You're going to be there?
Oh, yes, I'll be there.
Okay, great. Bye. Someone wants to say hi to you. So go.
Nigel. Hi, Nigel.
Hi, Lorraine, how are you?
Honey, can you see me?
I can, yes. You look fabulous as always.
Hi, it's great to see you. You guys had a great interview.
Thank you.
I was listening. I knew he was going to say waiting for the big one, but I was thinking, yeah, I mean, you kind of have to, right? But my new stuff.
Oh yeah, the new stuff's
Yeah,
incredible.
I mean,
Yeah.
and
What's the one, the devil?
yeah, don't call me your angel.
Oh, that's a
Yes.
badass one. Yeah.
And you'll hear that when you come and see us. So I'm going
Looking
to
forward,
open up a show for, him
looking
and
forward to it.
him. So great to see you.
Cool, man. Look forward to meeting you. All
Okay, thanks very much. Yes, look forward to it. See you soon.
right, take care, huh?
Okay, bye.
Adios.